Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Hope you guys are having a great day today, and happy Thursday to you. I wanted to get this video out yesterday, but I ended up just taking the day off, cleaning the house, making sure everything was right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get yourself right before you can do other things. And I was just doing that. So this will be my fourth game with the new Chen here in the Nexus since his rework. I have to say, he is a bit clunkier than I thought he was going to be. I've been focusing my attention on the Eye of the Tiger, which is the talent that I thought I would enjoy the most, although it does seem to come with some downsides. Namely, I think the application of Keg Smash and Breath of Fire is clunky. I don't think there's any reason that there has to be a 1 second delay before you can use the Breath of Fire. Quite simply, igniting enemies instantly after you Keg Smash was the backbone of Chen gameplay before, and I think adding in the delay here doesn't make much sense, to be honest. Also, the fact that it changed the brew cost from 50 down to 40 means it's significantly more difficult to get the actual double buff from the Brewmaster's balance. You have to throw in a kick as well, which can mess up things. Elusive Brawler being moved to level 7 means you have to decide between Brewmaster's balance and Elusive Brawler. And I've had a really hard time adjusting to the Wandering Keg changes. I can't quite put people where I want them to be. It's been quite a struggle. That being said, Storm Earth and Fire does so much fucking damage right now. I could see that being nerfed into the ground. But this isn't going to be a perfect Chen video. I have not mastered the new Chen by any means. Like I said, this will be my fourth game with him, and I hope to just give you a little bit of insight into my first impressions of the melee auto attack Chen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on Alterac Pass. I've seen a lot of new players in the Nexus today, or returning players, I guess I should say, in almost every game I've played this morning. So it seems like people are coming back for the mech event. Happy to have you. Welcome back. Enjoy your stay. We are going to go for Eye of the Tiger here. Basic attacks against brew-soaked enemies deal 50% more damage and heal Chen for 50% of the damage done. So when we were theory crafting this particular build, I thought this would give you enough sustain to not really have to drink, to not really have to use your trait, the fortifying brew. That doesn't seem to be the case so far. And keep in mind that Keg Smash does not really have a 5-second cooldown, despite what the tooltip may be trying to tell you. Because after you use the Keg Smash, it does get altered and then change into Breath of Fire, as you can see right here. And if you don't cast Breath of Fire, then your Keg Smash cooldown does not start to reset. So you have this really awkward 1 second delay before you can cast Breath of Fire. And maybe it's only awkward because I'm used to the way that Chen was before. But I think it's awkward. And you have that 1 second delay. So that means bare minimum, you're looking at a 6-second cooldown for the Keg Smash. And then you can brew soak a target again. Now the soak itself lasts for, let's go in here. Ah! I was trying to fucking engage. What was that? I'm assuming it was a misclick. The soak of the brew itself lasts for 3 seconds. So you're only able to have the debuff on the target for the first half of the ability's base cooldown. So keep that in mind. All things to consider when you're thinking about this level 1 talent. It may be better off, like the successful Chen builds may just go for Storm Stout Secret Recipe. I mean, that was a level 20 talent before, and now it's been moved down to level 1. So maybe that's worth picking up. Maybe that's good. Just trying to sidestep around things that Dahaka can do, like that tongue. We've managed to dodge all of them so far. If he wants to stay in here, we are going to start to heal up quite a bit. Go ahead and for the kick. So, I mean, in situations like this, we do have a lot of ability to just trade like crazy. Like, we have a lot of 1v1 potential for sure. I don't think there's any denying that. As I got pulled back into the tower, we're just going to go ahead and use our Stagger. This was our new ability on our E, and that allows us to, instead of taking damage, we take damage over time equal to 75% of the damage that we would have taken while Stagger was up. I hope that made sense. I hope it made sense. So as Dahaka moves up, we once again just kind of win the trade and force him back again. As he moves up, we hopefully just win the trade and force him back again. I'm gonna go sippy cup. Don't mind me. Also, finding yourself in a situation where you don't have enough brew to follow up the keg smash with the breath of fire puts you in a situation where your remaining the follow-up heal that you would normally get, you know, in 6 seconds is delayed pretty substantially. It's probably delayed by another 4 or 5 seconds because you're gonna have to drink. You're gonna have to then use your E ability on fucking nothing. Oh, Dahaka's here. I need to be careful. And then use your W. Like, I didn't W there, so I delayed my potential healing so fucking much. It's just kind of weird. It's gonna take some getting used to. Falstad's not here, so I'm not trying to push in too much. He is doing the right thing at taking that camp. I just don't want to go in until he's here. Now that Jimmy's been pulled in, though, we will try to initiate a little bit. We did miss the breath of fire. Hey, bud. I got this guy kind of body blocked if anyone wants to. No? Okay.
To learn to pick ourselves up.
All right, then. Okay. Okie dokie. All right. Just gonna die then. Okay. If we go ahead and look at damage done this game, I mean, we're not doing that bad. We had a lot of opportunities to beat up Dahaka in lane, of course, but last game, I mean, it was a bit of a clusterfuck, to be honest with you. But last game, I did pretty respectable on the DPS meters while also having some pretty substantial survivability. I am going to try Brewmaster's Balance again. I don't think it's as good as it was before. And I also think versus this enemy team, there is a case for going to go ahead and stagger some damage here. We were pulled out to safety. I once again think that was a misclick. I don't know why you would pull me out when someone's dying right next to me. Are we okay here? I threw out some brew. I have to ignite just to get that cooldown back. That's so weird, so clunky. Jaina moving up kind of far here. I'm gonna go ahead and sippy cup since we have it. And then rejoin our team momentarily. Jim Raynor is on the way back to us. So we are gonna have our full team here. And we're moving down to the safety of the middle tower at the moment. The enemy team and their Ana, man, that's a lot of sustain, especially for these narrow little pathways that we keep finding ourselves fighting in. Ana has such a great ability to keep people alive in those. We're going to try to stagger a little bit of this damage as well. Vala running down at the bottom of the screen. If I can drink, I can go ahead and mitigate that damage from the stagger. It'll be absorbed into our shield, which is really, really nice. I'm going to start the channel and see if they come to stop me. Hanzo's doing a great job of poking in here. All right, I'm in on Jaina. Stagger. And falling back. Falstad's completely out of mana, so he's not going to be too much use here. So, I mean, he does still have pretty strong auto attacks, but a lot of his damage does come from the mage portion of his kit. I'm engaged versus this enemy team here. We are... We're going to take down Jaina. Fuck it. Thank you. Oh, I'm still going to die. Okay, we just needed to use our Brewmaster's Balance to heal. That's all we need to do. Ana being moved away. I can't engage because of the stupid mud. I was gonna say, I might be able to fly and kick in on Ana, but it doesn't quite work out that way. Dahaka is going to engage on our Hanzo. I'm just gonna keep auto-attacking. Just gonna keep auto-attacking. Ana coming back in was a mistake for her. Oh, I let him channel, fuck. I didn't mean to, team, I'm sorry. Okay, we're going to mitigate that stagger damage. Breathe fire on Vala here. You come back to me. Oh! Fuck! I did my best. I did my best. So, I mean, obviously, just from that, you can see Chen does have a lot of sustain. But my initial impression of the Eye of the Tiger talent here was that I wouldn't really have to use my brew that much. But because of the way the build kind of works, you have to use the Breath of Fire to get your Keg Smash back up at a reasonable cooldown to actually use any of the sustain from our level 1 talent. Which means you're gonna have to drink significantly more often than I initially thought. Because I thought I would only be spending 30 brew here and there to get that healing, and that would be it. Like, that would be my brew cost. I would wait 5 seconds and spend 30 brew again. But in reality, you're waiting about 10 seconds in between W applications if you don't spam your abilities. I hope I'm not spending too much time on that. It's just something that I did not foresee, and something that's proving to be a little bit of a problem. Fuck it. Yeah, she's dead. I was like, yay, I'll fuck it all. So Storm, Earth, and Fire was pretty drastically changed. You can only use each of the abilities one time. So that puts you in a situation where you really have to think carefully about how you want to engage in some of these fights. Like, it's a lot more of a decision. Yeah, we're okay. We're gonna make it. Not gonna make it. It's a lot more of a decision than it was before because you can only jump one time, right? But the Q ability gives you a shield. The W ability provides a slow. And the E ability gives you an attack speed increase. And I think if you empower it, it cleaves or something. But basically, the last ability you cast is empowered. So, ooh, thread the needle. You hate to see it. So the last ability that you cast is empowered. So if you do the shield last, it's a bigger shield. If you jump last, you, instead of slowing on impact, you root on impact. And if you... There's a lot more damage than I thought. If you use your E last... Damn, I bet. I really thought I could sustain that, no problem. If you use your E last, I think, like I said, I think it gives you chain lightning, but I'm not 100% sure. We are going to be back up in 20 seconds, so we're going to be a little late to the objective. By just, by 5 seconds or something, not a big deal. Your lane clear that used to be in the early game has now been moved back to level 13, Ring of Fire, so that sucks. It still does provide quite a bit of damage, though, and because you're forced to use your E, or okay, it used to be your E ability. Because you're forced to use the Breath of Fire to get your W back, this actually provides a lot of damage in team fights. Where I kind of want to get the Keg Smash duration increase, I don't feel like the 0.5 second increase is really worth it. I'd rather just do AoE damage. So Dahaka moving up for the enemy team, excuse me. Ring of Fire has happened, so does the arrow once again flying the same way as before. We're going to try to focus on Ragnaros here because he's kind of cut off from the enemy pack. We do manage to pick up a kill on the enemy team's Ana. Nice job, team, nice job. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the Storm, Earth, and Fire. And with this, we can just kill Dahaka. I'm gonna get Ragnaros out of this building. No, I'm not, I lied. So, because I used my Q last, we got a pretty big shield for our dudes here. Now remember, if those clones die, we lose Chen. Chen dies too. It's not like it was back in the alpha where that would give you a giant fucking health bar that you could fuck around with. That is no longer the case at all. So please keep that in mind when you're playing with Chen. If you lose those clones, you lose everything. The only reason I'm bringing that up is since the Chen rework, I've seen a lot of people lose their clones. The enemy team looking like they want to push in here. I feel like we have a pretty dominant spot, especially because Ragnaros staggered his death away from the rest of the team. So we should be able to hold this no problem. We also have the Mighty Gust ready to go if the enemy team does push in. Falstad does have the option of moving these guys back. So, bottom lane very pushed up here for the friendly team because Falstad moving the lane forward. That means we might actually be able to do some pretty good damage to the wall down here. Gonna have a lot of minions. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. Take that back. The enemy team pushing through this small little choke point here. We're gonna go ahead and soak the Ragnaros in brew and then try to body block him a little bit. The body block not going as well as I had hoped. Anduin with the protected, by the way, though. Oh, not protected enough, unfortunately. Vala moving in with that stun is going to take us down. I mean, Chen is still very susceptible to the stuns messing up his drinking quite a bit. I was gonna say, is this our level 13 talent? Okay, it's not. Good, I was a little worried. I really enjoy this. Oh, I don't remember how to say this. It's a beautiful word, though. Celerity? I think this is really good. I also think Combo Strikes has the potential to be really good as well. But as we are the only tank on our team, mitigating damage is going to be a little bit more important for us in this particular game. So basic attacks against stun rooted or slowed enemies reduce the cooldown of Stagger by 1.5 seconds and grant Chen 15 armor for 3 seconds. So anyone that we slow with our Keg Smash, which is the basis for our build, anyone that we slow and then auto attack is going to be giving us a significant amount of defense. At least that's what we're hoping. Boss pings have gone down. I don't know if that's the best idea. Hey, team. Welcome. That was a nice bribe. We don't have the Wandering Keg to really interrupt that. Anduin moving in by himself right now sees that the enemy team is not there. Oh, Anna. Hello? Dahaka moving in as well. Anduin in a bad spot all of a sudden! Okay, team. That's not looking too good. It's not looking too... we could definitely poke at this, though. Dahaka getting low here. Vala moving around this way as... Whoa, Storm Earth and Fire, please! I gave myself a big-ass shield, and I'm just going to try to trade into this Ragnaros and take him down. Trading into Dahaka now. There we go. Not bad. Ah! I let my clones die! Fuck! Dude, it was almost over! It was almost over! Come on! The mighty Gust a second too late to save Jimmy. Oh, I did the thing that I said I was... You know what my favorite comments are? And by my favorite, I mean I fucking hate you if you leave comments like this. It's like, I will acknowledge my mistake and be like, shit, don't do that. I'm so upset that I did that. And then someone will leave a comment that's like, lol, he fucking did this at 12:13, you fucking asshole. Look at him being a hypocrite. Fuck you! Fuck you in those comments. I hate those comments. All right. Got that off my chest. That's been building up for a while. The enemy team has all respawned. We're still missing Jimmy for the next 5 seconds. Falstad down in the bottom lane can fly up whenever he pleases. So we can have the whole team here ready to defend pretty quickly. Jimmy's starting to make his way over to us now. We once again see Anduin by himself as the entirety of the enemy team is starting to push in. Hanzo doing some great poke damage here, though. Going in on this Vala, who stepped up a little bit too far. Unfortunately, the brew does miss. And you see what I mean? Like, I had no reason to use my fucking W there. But because I had to, right, to get the cooldown back, I'm now down on brew. I just don't like it. I think it's really weird that they're on the same button, guys. I think it's clunky. I think it's awkward. But again, that's probably because I'm used to Chen the way he was before. And I need to adjust to the way that he is now. Times change, people change. Great engage from the friendly team here, though, pushing back the enemies. We're gonna go ahead and engage on Anna here, who stepped up too far. And we'll see if we can have any fun here. Probably not. I think I'm gonna stop. I meant to actually empower the root so I could stop Ragnaros from moving away, but I didn't do that. I instead empowered the shield, which I mean, I guess keeps me alive a little bit longer. By the way, to clarify on my comment hate, it's one thing to point out things I do wrong that I don't acknowledge, but when I fucking acknowledge that I did the wrong thing, and then tell you a way to not do that thing, oh, that gets me. That bothers me a lot. I don't know why. We are going to... Are we really worried about the unstoppable? I think we're just going to empower all of our abilities here, boys. We're going to make that Storm, Earth, and Fire really strong. At least that's the plan. We have hit level 20 before the enemy team. 45 seconds left on our Earth, Wind, and Fire cooldown. And it looks like we have a little bit of indecision on where we're going to push. Jim Laner moving down to the middle lane while the rest of the team's standing up top. I mean, we can kind of go either way. I don't think it matters too much. Gonna use our Stagger here. Once again, wasn't able to use my E ability right away. So we're just kind of in an awkward spot here. Former E ability. Breath of Fire. God, this is just weird. It's weird to wrap your head around. Let's line up so he can hit us both. That'll be good. Dahaka moving in from the top of the screen, right behind Jim Laner, and he is going to take him down. We have some pretty good auto attacks in here on Dahaka, though. While we are hit with the isolation, I can still auto attack, so we were still getting the heal from that, from the keg soak. That's nice. Gonna try to get full brew. Moving in on Ragnaros. We should be able to take him down. I'm gonna Earth, Wind, Fire. The channel time! So we managed to kill off the top keep for the enemy team, the middle keep for the enemy team, and keep in mind each one of these that dies, I believe, increases the damage that we deal to the boss at the end. If it works like Alterac Valley, or Alterac Valley, if it works like AV in WoW anyway. I always kind of assumed that's the way it worked. I never bothered to check. So we weren't quite able to finish off that last building. The enemy team likely going to get boss, I imagine. Hanzo starting to get out of dodge as 5 members of the enemy team still stand and are pursuing him down in the bottom lane. How are we looking for bribe stacks here? I guess we're about to find out. 1, 2, and 3 from Falstad allow this mercenary camp to start to pressure middle lane. I mean, if Falstad really wanted to, he could interrupt this boss play. Oh, no! Hey, bud, you got it. Maybe move out of that AoE. Or move it all. Good job. I'm proud of you. You did good. You did good. The enemy team does grab that boss that we were worried about. So, our level 20 upgrade for our ultimate means that we have empowered abilities for everything that we decide to cast. So that means that our W ability will always root, our Q ability will always give us the biggest shield, and our E ability will do something that the E ability does. Something to do with auto-attacking better, I don't know. Falstad overstayed his welcome in the top lane and has been taken down as the objective is coming up, but luckily for us, he took down Ana as well. So that's good. I'm gonna do something stupid and kill this building. Yep. We'll stagger the damage and then drink. Hey! It was a success! We just need to keep our brew full. We'll go ahead and jump into this as well. Shit, we might just be able to kill Jaina. Oh my god, look at that fucking damage. Look at that shit. Now, of course, we can't use any ability again, so Jaina can just kind of walk away from us. And there's nothing I can do about it. But fucking we showed her. She knows I come out of this, right? Hey, bud. Here's the stun. We can stagger this damage. He still counts as a hero. I can heal off of his building. Oh, fuck you. Nice. Nice. Where you going, bud? Where you go? Oh, okay, I'm not going that way. I'm just gonna hang out back here and let my Brewmaster's balance heal me up. Like, look at this healing. This is actually really substantial. All we have to do is not use our brew and we're getting 54 health back a second. I just stood around and I healed for half my health bar. Like, that's good. That's very good. All right, we are moving in with the objective. This is looking like it'll be the end of the game if I had to guess, but that doesn't mean we can't kill Ana one more time. Gonna go ahead and stagger some incoming damage here because I assumed it would be a lot more substantial than that. 2 kills on the enemy team. I mean, yeah. Yeah, okay. I was like, I don't know about that one, but I guess it's fine. I'm just standing here trying to take damage away from the team, and that is gonna be GG. So, I mean, I did okay, right? That was an okay showing. I feel like I could have done a lot of what I did with the old Chen, though. Does that make sense? And I can't get over the fact of how clunky the W and then waiting for the E cooldown to be ready is. It just feels so weird. We did manage to soak 44% of the team's damage, so we were doing something right. And I was logged out, so I can't show you anything else. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.